I'm Nyssa Lieder. I'm the Senior SEO Analyst for TrustedChoice.com. I've been with Trusted Choice since the very beginning when we first launched and have led it to the 200,000 visits per month that it gets today.
All right, Nissa, so let's assume that an agent walks up to you at an event and is simply interested in 5 high-level tips to help them grow their commercial lines book of business. What would be the first piece of advice that you would give them?
I guess first I would have them focus on exactly what niche they want to drive the most traffic in. Here at TrustedChoice.com, we started with car insurance. So we wrote as many articles as we possibly could on car insurance, and it's been working out pretty well for us. So therefore, if you're an agency and you would like to focus on a certain business niche, let's say maybe DJ insurance, I would start with one main DJ insurance page, and I would tell the consumer everything that they may need to know about insuring their DJ business. I would take a look at the top 5 articles in Google, and I would try to add more information than your competitors. That way you're going to look more relevant than everybody else to Google, and you're going to provide the consumer with a bit more information. Then after creating your main page, I would write an additional 20 to 50 articles specifically for DJs. You're going to be able to use those articles on your Facebook, and using other promotion techniques, which I'm sure Ryan will let you know more about that in a later video. But it's going to help your site become more relevant to Google as far as for DJs.
So I really like this strategy. So what you're telling me is that if I have a particular niche that I want to go after, I create one singular page that is kind of like a deep dive on that particular line of business. What kinds of things could an agent include in that article that would help with their search engine optimization for that term?
Well, you definitely want to talk about DJ insurance. You don't want to use it a lot because then it starts to look unnatural to your reader. But you just sort of want to answer, the who, what, when, where, why, and how of DJ insurance. Everything and more that somebody may want to know about that particular topic. There's no such thing as providing them with too much information because it's going to help you look credible. And there is something to be said about the algorithm and the length of your article. You, of course, don't want to be spammy, but a longer article generally does better than articles that are short.
Does any type of media like video or images, or does anything like that help with SEO? I know I've heard that question quite a bit from agents.
It definitely helps with the content promotion piece. So if you have an infographic, you can share that infographic on maybe your Facebook profile, and it'll help you drive traffic to the page. One big thing that's often forgot about trying to rank for specific pages is you need that traffic going to the page already so that it looks credible to Google. You can't just launch a page and not have anybody go to it and expect it to rank. So media that helps you drive traffic will always help your page rank better.
Okay, so this is interesting. So social media's role in SEO is more about giving Google credit, showing Google credibility as far in terms of traffic?
Yes, absolutely. And you can use any sort of creative strategy that you can think of to drive traffic to your pages. What we've seen here is if we can drive 10 to 20,000 people to a specific page, we see that page go from page 6 or 7 all the way up to page 1, because Google sees that uptick in the traffic driven to the page.
When an agent creates, so you had mentioned that an agent should then think about creating between 30 and 50, and these are ballpark numbers, other articles that kind of orbit that topic. Now, should they be always linking back to your main page? Like, how do you tell Google that the one page is the one you want to rank out of all the ones you create on a topic?
Absolutely. That's a good point, Ryan. You want to make sure that you're mentioning DJ Insurance in all your other articles and linking back up to your main DJ Insurance page. So it does tell Google that that is the most important page of your site. The other reason why you want to create more articles around your topic is it looks like your site as a whole is more relevant and is more of an expert on that topic. So when Google takes a look back on your site, they see the word DJ and the word insurance in your site as a whole many, many, many times.
So if you only mention a topic once on your site, it's going to be very hard to rank for that term because Google, is essentially what you're telling Google is I don't really know that much about that topic. In their eyes, that's the way they see it.
Absolutely, and it definitely depends on how difficult the term is to rank for. I use DJ Insurance as an example because it is a little more difficult than some other commercial lines, whereas if you have an extremely obscure business strategy, you may not need as many pages to try to rank for it, and you may not need as strong of a promotion strategy to do so. We've seen here with the really obscure businesses, we can just write an article and rank on page 1 for it just because nobody else in the United States does it.
So let me ask you this very straightforward question. Can independent insurance agents, but with some straightforward kind of persistence to creating content and doing kind of best practices in SEO, can they attract inbound commercial lines leads via the internet?
Absolutely. I mean, I always tell people if I can do it, you can do it.
Well,
a lot of dedication.
Nyssa, well, thank you so much for your time. This has been great. I know that the agents watching this video will have gotten a ton out of it. And even though this is a relatively small amount of time, I think that what they're going to end up taking away is some high-level stuff, and I love drilling down to the niche. So thank you so much.
Thanks.